Red tractors disappearing from American fields, parts taking months to arrive, family farms hanging by a thread. The American agricultural equipment industry is facing its biggest crisis in decades. And at the center of it all stands Case IH, a company whose recent moves have sent shockwaves through farming communities nationwide. The American farm equipment market, valued at $34.5 billion, is experiencing an unprecedented transformation that could permanently alter how our food is produced. And it all started with a series of quiet announcements that most people missed. While Case IH hasn't completely shut down U.S. operations as some have claimed, the company has dramatically shifted its manufacturing strategy over the past 18 months. Multiple assembly lines in places like Grand Island, Nebraska, and Racine, Wisconsin have been downsized or repurposed, with production of certain tractor models moving to facilities in Brazil and Germany. These weren't just minor adjustments. They represented a fundamental reshaping of a company that American farmers had trusted for generations. For farming families across the heartland, these changes weren't just business decisions appearing on quarterly reports. They were earthquakes that shook entire communities to their core. In Fargo, North Dakota, where Case IH once employed over 800 workers at a major parts distribution center, hundreds of positions have been eliminated. Local businesses, from the diner where workers grabbed breakfast to the auto shop that serviced their trucks, are feeling the ripple effects as spending power drains from these communities. My father bought his first Case tractor in 1978, and I've never owned anything else, says fourth-generation farmer Mike Reinhardt from Iowa. Now I'm waiting 8 weeks for a hydraulic pump that used to arrive in 3 days. I can't run a farm like this. The supply chain nightmare is perhaps the most immediate crisis facing farmers who depend on Case IH equipment. A perfect storm of factory relocations, pandemic-related shipping delays, and parts shortages has created what some are calling repair purgatory. Dealers who once prided themselves on same-day service now struggle to provide even basic maintenance support. In Nebraska, one desperate farmer resorted to buying a damaged tractor identical to his broken one just to salvage parts, paying nearly $45,000 for what amounted to an expensive donor vehicle. Others have turned to third-party manufacturers or even 3D printing solutions, voiding warranties but keeping their operations alive. Meanwhile, competitors haven't wasted the opportunity to gain ground. John Deere has launched aggressive trade-in programs specifically targeting Case IH owners, offering substantial discounts to farmers willing to go green. Kubota and New Holland have expanded their dealer networks into traditionally Case-dominated regions, with one Kubota dealer reporting a 340% increase in sales to former Case IH customers. It's like watching a football team give up halfway through the season, says equipment dealer Steve Hoffman. These farmers didn't want to switch brands. Most of them have generations of loyalty to those red machines. But loyalty doesn't plant crops or harvest corn. What many outside the agricultural community don't realize is that this shift reflects something much bigger than one company's business decisions. Case IH's parent company, CNH Industrial, has been aggressively redirecting resources toward automated farming technology and AI-driven equipment. Their $2.1 billion acquisition of precision agriculture startup Raven Industries signaled where the company believes the future lies, not in traditional manufacturing, but in creating the autonomous farm equipment of tomorrow. This technological pivot means massive investment in software engineers and data scientists rather than assembly line workers. While this might eventually create new types of jobs, the immediate reality for manufacturing communities has been devastating. Towns that built their identities around producing the iconic red tractors are now facing an uncertain future where those skills may no longer be relevant. For American farmers, adaptation has become the only path forward. Some larger operations have hired full-time mechanics to handle repairs in-house, while smaller family farms have formed equipment-sharing cooperatives to distribute costs. In Minnesota, a group of 12 farms pooled resources to purchase a single new combine, a $500,000 investment none could afford alone. Perhaps most telling is the emergence of repair circles. informal networks of farmers helping each other maintain aging equipment rather than replacing it. Armed with diagnostic tablets and underground software that bypasses manufacturer restrictions, these modern mechanics are fighting for the right to repair their own equipment. The brewing tension between manufacturers and farmers recently spilled into the political arena, with several states introducing right-to-repair legislation aimed at giving farmers greater access to the tools and software needed to fix increasingly computerized farm equipment. Case IH's recent moves have only added fuel to this movement. But beyond the immediate challenges lies a deeper question about American manufacturing and agriculture. As companies increasingly prioritize global supply chains and technological innovation over domestic production, rural communities built around traditional industries face existential threats. For a century, the bright red Case IH tractors symbolized American agricultural might, reliable machines built by American workers to feed a nation. Today, farmers watch as parts for those same machines arrive from overseas factories, wondering if an era has ended. What's certain is that the $34.5 billion agricultural equipment industry will never be the same. Whether Case IH can rebuild trust with the farming communities that once formed its core customer base remains to be seen. But for now, across America's farmland, the color red doesn't symbolize reliability anymore. It represents uncertainty in an industry already facing unprecedented challenges. As harvest season approaches, farmers are doing what they've always done: adapting, persevering, and finding ways to overcome obstacles. But many are doing it with different colored tractors in their fields. A visible reminder that even the most established relationships can change when business decisions overlook the communities they impact. The true cost of Case IH's industry shakeup won't be measured in quarterly profits or market share percentages. It will be tallied in changed communities, broken trust, and a fundamental reshaping of how America farms. And that story is still being written across every field where a farmer wonders if the equipment they depend on will be there when they need it most.